following is a presentation of the Pontywood Sports Network.
Good afternoon, softball fans. Welcome here to the big broadcast. I'm your host, Larry Pierce, here on NETSN. Hope everyone's having an awesome and blessed day. Thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon. Getting going here with a big district matchup here at Lady Rough Rider Stadium, and it is a good, beautiful night here for some softball. The Lady Bullard Panthers are in town to take on the Lady Rough Riders. Lady Rough Riders looking to get them with their new coach, Coach Hargrove, looking to have themselves a great season. They're having a much better season here. I think that they wanted to have than last year, so that's a good job here by the Lady Rough Riders. They're doing a really good job here and getting the program really going. But they've got a tough task ahead of them as the Lady Panthers, who are leading the district as of right now, are in town right here. But the Lady Rough Riders are going to see if they can get a win here today and get into that district win column here and knock one down there for the Lady Panthers. Not going to be easy, but we'll talk about that on the way up. It is a Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep pregame show. We'll be right back here for it. And if you're starting lineups to go around the horn here on NETSN.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your cardio when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
On game night, Sandy Creek Land Enhancement's all about dragon backing. But the rest of the time, they take land that's a little out of hand and make it beautiful. Roads, driveways, ponds, whatever you want, they can do, and it's awesome. Like the Dragons. Sandy Creek Land Enhancement. Give them a call. So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name. And they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank.
You know that Center Glass can fix your cracked windshield. But for the experts at Center Glass, fixing a windshield is just the beginning. Center Glass can also renovate your bathroom, turn your fixtures and shower into something entirely new and unique to your home.
All right, folks, welcome back here as we get ready to go. We're going to have a really good camera down there around the first base side there. Get a good look at the field there, and then we'll be behind that dish right here as you see the lineup here. But let's go. It's going to be the Bullard Lady Panthers. They are the visiting team. And for the Lady Panthers, it will be Malone at shortstop. Brandon will be the pitcher. Walker at second. Baker is at third. Bowles is at first. Roberts is in left. Swanson is the DH. Walker will be in right. Robertson will be behind the dish. And your flex player in the center field will be Mercer. For the home team for Coach Hargrove's squad, it was Asabar. She is in center field leading off. Barry is at second. Sigler is this pitcher. Bennett is in first place. Figueroa is behind the dish. Asabar is also at center. And at shortstop. Miller is at third. Moore is in right. Crawford in left. And your flex player will be Ramos for Coach Hargrove and the Lady Rough Riders here as we get ready to go for the ball game here this afternoon. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. We can get that off the screen there. As you can tell, getting ready to go here for coaches coming up, as we're going to have Coach Murray and Coach Hargrove coming out here to the center circle, or the home plate, and we're ready to go here on your Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep pregame show. Thanks for joining us. Getting ready to start off on this one. We'll be right back here on the NETSN.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your cardio when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
All right, folks, welcome back here as we get ready to go as the coaches having their final chats here with the umpires. And I'll get a fresh pencil up here so I can write and see what I'm writing about here. And everything is ready to go here. It is a big district matchup here. As I said, the Lady Rough Riders have been playing really good softball here. They've been putting up some runs here, but now they're going to have to really play some good ball here as Lady Panthers here of Bullard sit at the top of the district right now, having a really good season here for Coach Murray. And Coach Hargrove, like I said, is really working on getting this program up and going. And they're doing a really good job here to start the season. But just underway here, a few games into the district, and see if they can get a big win here this afternoon as we'll check in on a couple of different things there. And that looks good. That looks good there as well. All right, so it's been a long conversation out here between coaches and the umpires. I don't know why the conversation is taking so long, but it looks like they've got some kind of agreement out there, make sure everything is good to go. And I'll tell you, too, we were out here, and there was R&R. It was a rolled ice cream that they have out here, and man, it was good. Got me some strawberry ice cream, good stuff out here. They got Angel's Tacos out here as well. The taco truck is out here, so come on out here and enjoy the food. I know that the Center Rough Riders are over there in their first district round against Crockett in the soccer playoffs as well tonight, so that's going to be a big thing going on over there at the football field here in the center at the ranch. And still, like I said, long talk here between the coaches and umpires here at the home plate. I don't have my Jeopardy theme anymore. I don't know what I did with it, but it's all good. All right, so let's take a break.
Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in the Center has the agents to take care of all your insurance needs. They remind you to update your policy after a life change, never put off the death policy conversation, and always have home insurance or renter's insurance. Whatever your insurance needs or questions are, or even if you need to make a payment, Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in Center.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with Best of Nacogdoches and Best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
All right, I think we're finally ready to play some ball here in Center. Good night in America. Act like they're talking about a multi-million-dollar oil deal out there. Let's go. Let's play some ball.
Center Lady Riders. First, let's meet our lineups for the Lady Panthers. We'll go number 3, reserves, Madeline Murray. Number 3. Number 4, Caitlin Ramirez. Number 12, Olivia Patrick. Number 14, Harley Bailey. Number 16, Adeline Alexander. And now for your batting lineup. You have number 6, Kirsten Malone, shortstop. Number 5, Brooklyn Branner, pitching. Number 17, Peyton Walker, second base. Number 19, Emery Baker, third base. Number 10, Denham Boyles, first base. Number 2, Kenzie Roberts, left field. Number 21, Carter Swanson, to our designated player. Number 18, Hudson Walker, right field. Number 8, Leela Robinson, catcher. Our flex player for this evening will be number 1, Kaylin Mercer at center field. Your managers for the Lady Panthers are Candace Marshall and Briley Hooker. Your head coach is Julie Murray, and her assistants are Daniel Husbeth, Brett Murray, and Kaylee Bailey. And now, let's meet your lineup for your center Lady Riders. At center field, number 14, Destin Azarbar. Number 10, Harmony Berry, second base. Pitching, number 3, Kaylee Sigler. First base, number 12, Autumn Bennett. Number 1, Azul Figueroa, catching. Shortstop, number 6, Chelsea Azabar. Third base, number 5, Bailey Miller. Right field, number 13, KK Moore. Left field, number 4, Madison Crawford, and our flex player will be number 11, Kenley Raines. Your coaches for tonight's game for the Center Riders are head coach Taylor Hargrove and her assistants Chloe Renault and Adriana Bradley. At this time, if you'll rise and remove your hats, we'll honor our country with the playing of the national anthem.
God bless America. Let's play some ball. All right, here we go. Ready to play here. And then we're going around the horn once again here. Figueroa's going to get behind the disc. Sigler will be in the circle here for the Lady Rough Riders. Over at first, Bennett Berry at second. Asbar is at short. Miller is at third. Crawford in left. Asbar in center. And Moore is also in our right field here for the Lady Rough Riders here this evening. All right, get set, ready to go here for this one. And teams are getting themselves warmed up. Let me get this. Let's just do this right here. Okay. All righty. So in the circle here for the Lady Rough Riders is Sigler number 3. Let's see if we can keep the pitch count over here. And then over here will be number 5, Brandon. And we're going to take this cord and get it over there so I don't mess anything up. All right, so here we go. As Teams are getting this warm-up on. And got a good look here of the field there off to the side there from behind the first base here. And trying to find a nice place where we could put a cool camera there in a couple spots. And got one there just off the dugout there on the Lady Rough Rider side, catching the most of the area here for them. And so we'll have that out there as well. All right. Ziegler coming in here with a couple more pitches. Referees or umpires are out and ready to go. I think we're just about ready to play some softball here this afternoon. There's the throw down in a second. And we're ready to play some softball right here in center. Beautiful night here deep in the East Texas Piney Woods. Coming to the plate will be the shortstop Malone. She'll stand up here. And she'll go get Ziegler to start off. And we're setting ready to go. So Malone, Brandon, and Walker, the first three up here against Ziegler to start off. All right, everybody set. Coach Murray down the third baseline here for the Lady Panthers. Stepping in here will be Malone and ready to go here for the first pitch of the ball game. Outside, ball one. Getting away from Figueroa there, but just outside off the plate there. Malone taken, and it is ball one to her. So Malone ready to step back in, 1-0. So go with a long look there out to the wristband pitch. That's in there first. D-Rat call, 1-1. So 1-1 on the way here from Ziegler. Tried to lay down a bunt. It's going to be a foul ball, and it is now 1-2. So with a 1-2 count, Ziegler trying to get this first out here. Brandon, the catcher or the pitcher, will be on deck here for the Lady Panthers. And Malone right back in here with a 1-2 count. Ziegler on the way here. Fly ball out into shallow left field, and it's going to get down, and it's a single. So Malone on here with the single. And no outs. To the plate will be Brandon, the pitcher, coming up here. Now run over at first. So in goes Brandon. First pitch, looking to get that way, and it gets away from Figueroa, and already running was Malone. She's going to turn the corner, going to throw down to third, but she's going to make it there in time. So on the wild pitch, and the pass ball getting away from her, over to third goes Malone. And it's an 0-1 count here at the plates. That's outside. Ball one, 1-1 now the count. So 1-1 here. Ziegler looking to get this first out here. Now runner scoring position over at third. Malone gets on with a single, and then ball to get away from the catcher there. That's outside, 2-1. He gets her over to third as Malone was running. And she had the momentum to get over to third. 3-0 is what the count is. Okay. 3-0 is the count. Pitch on the way here from Ziegler. Outside, ball four. So now runners on the corners. Now paying attention over there, and the runner gets on over to second. So now runners at second and third here. Brandon going to come out of there. And the ball gets away there, so the Lady Riders give up that runner, put her in scoring position. Coming up to the plate now will be Walker, as runners now at first and the third here for center. All right, so Walker steps in here, the second baseman. The runners at second and third. Here comes the pitch. Low outside, ball one. See the runners on the base pads there. So they're back in the circle, ready to go here to Walker with a 1-0 count to her. Pitched low for ball two. 2-0 Walker trying to get on here to load them up here for Baker, who will be on the Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. Bowles in the hole. That's a slap shot there. Watch out there for the Panther side, and it's going to be a foul ball, 2-1. So the lefty right back in here, second baseman for the Panthers. So we're checking the wristband, and here's the pitch. That's low. Ball 3, making it 3-1. Baker on deck here as Walker trying to get on to load him up. That's a slap shot right there at Asbar. Eats her up a little bit there. She's going to come up with it. And doesn't make a play. Run comes home, 1-0. So 1-0 runner will be over at first and second now for the Lady Panthers. They're up 1-0 as that one is a fielder's choice here. That's a foul tip. Steve Rack 1-2 a Baker. So Baker 0-1 to her. And Sigler trying to keep those runners at first and second here. Looking for that first out as well here for Lady Riders. That was going to be fouled off and out of play. And it's 0-2. So Baker taking a look down to the third base line of Coach Murray, getting a new sign. She'll step back in here after the foul ball. 0-2. Runners at first and second here, 1-0 for the Lady Panthers here in the top of the first inning, just underway. Pitch coming. That's going to be inside there, just a little bit short. Ball 1. Throw down to second there, getting back in time, no problem. Sigler ready to go here for the 1-2 pitch. Up high, 2-2. So the 2-2 count. Baker stands right in. And Sigler bringing it. That's a shot right at Asbar. Gets there a little bit in front of her. She's going to knock it down, though, and I think everybody's going to be safe. Good job there by Asbar to knock it down, but everybody's going to be safe. So Walker over to second. Baker will be on the infield single. And everybody's safe here as the bases will be full once again. All right, coming to the plate now will be Bowles, the first baseman. She'll step up here. Ready to go. Bases full. And no outs. Sigler ready to go here for the first pitch. Pitch on the way. That's going to catch her on the elbow. She is hit by the pitch. And that'll bring the run in. And it will now be a 2-0 ball game. So we got a timeout here on the field. So we'll take a quick timeout with them. We'll be right back here on NETSN. All right, we're back here after the timeout. And coming to the plate will be Roberts. So Roberts comes up here. She is the left fielder here for the Lady Panthers. The base is full now. And that's low for ball. Ball number 1. So right now, Roberts going to stand in here. Look, she could place one and bring in a couple runs here as they lead at 1-0 already. Or make that 2-0 here. Into the top of the first. That's a shot that's going to get out into right center field, and it's going to get down, and it'll get to the fence. Here comes one run in. Second run on the way, and it's going to be a 2 RBI double. As Walker comes in, Baker comes around to score. Bowles will stop over at third, and Roberts in with a double for the Lady Panthers. So that'll clear off first base. So now that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. Coming to the plate, it will be the DH Swanson stepping up here and ready to go against Sigler. Runners in scoring position at second and third, and the pitch on the way. That's in there for a strike. Good pitch there from Sigler. Oh, 1 to her. Pitch on the way. On the inside, can't catch the corner. It's now 1-1. One on the way, less low, and it'll be 2-1. Now. Sigler getting a sign from the dugout. Swanson digs in here, trying to get a hold on a swing and a miss now. Throw down to third there by Figueroa. And throwing it down there to Miller, but getting back in is Bowles. And it's 2-2 at the plate. Sigler doing everything she can, try to get this first out here. She's got these Panther hitters into a couple strikes, but she's given up 4 hits so far. That's in it for a call. Steve Rock 3. Right there. So the first out is a strikeout. That's 1 out. All right, 1-0 now as right back to it. Standing in here is Walker. 1-0 count to her, the right fielder. Runner stay at second and third. That was on the side, just missing there for the Blue. Now 2-0. Figueroa asking where it was. Looked like it was a good pitch. 2-0 to Walker. She'll come back in here as Robertson of the catcher, the 9-hitter, will be on deck here. With only 1 out and riders. Figure out somebody get this second out here, get out of this inning without any more damage. They got runners in scoring position. It's up high outside, 3-0. So in goes Walker, the right fielder. Ahead in the count, 3-0. That's in there for a strike, taking all the way 3-1. At 3-1 to her. Walker right back in, ready to go. Here's the pitch. Just low for ball 4. Second base on balls, loads them right back up here for the Lady Panthers. All right, coming up to the plate now will be the catcher Robertson. She'll come up, the 9-hole hitter. Stepping up here. Base is full. Sigler delivers. Outside, ball 1 to her. One over to Robertson. Top of the order will be Malone standing on deck. Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. That's a foul ball. And it's now 1-1. Great view what's going on there in the field. Everybody on the base pads there. Sigler stepping up in here into the circle. Now ready to go. 1-1 to Robertson. Swing and a miss now, 1-2. Like to get a ground ball here, maybe over to second or maybe over to short. See if we can get a force at any base for the Lady Riders and get out of this inning without any more damage. Leave those base runners out there. Right now it's 4-0 ball game here for the Lady Panthers. Here in the top of the first. Sigler bringing it. This little runner there, that's what we need right there. Second, going to bring it home, and that's not the play you wanted to make there. You want to get over to first to get that out. And coming home now, that's a error there onto the throw. And another run comes in here for the Lady Panthers. They'll make it a 5-0 ball game. As coming in to score here will be Bowles. Roberts over to second. Walker now over, or Walker over, Roberts over to third. Walker over to second. Robertson will be at second base now. I'm sorry. And we're going to get a courtesy runner. It's going to be Patrick coming in there to run. And it is now a 6-0 ball game. Walker, there we go. Now I got it. All right, so now 6-0 here is the score for the Lady Panthers. And we got a runner substitution out there. Patrick's going to run for the catcher, Robertson. So we'll go to the top of the order. Will be Malone on the way to the plate here. She is a 1-for-1. Led off the game with a single. Ended up in third after a wild pitch and scored the first run here with 1 out. Steps in. Runners in scoring position at second and third. Low for ball 1. So 1 out. And Sigmund ready to go here to Malone, looking for that second out here. The Lady Riders had that opportunity there into the field in that last at bat, but wasn't able to complete the play there, and that's going to be high outside, and it's now 2-0. So 2-0 the count to Malone. Right back in she goes. That's going to be low for 3-0. So there's 1 out here. And the Lady Panthers have battered around so far. Back to the top of the order here. As Malone stands in. 3-0 is the count to her. Sigler to the plates. High fly ball out into center field. And backing up on it. And at the warning track, making the play there is Asbar. She's going to throw it in here. 1 run's going to come in here. The ball's going to get away from the pitcher. But a good job there backing up by Figueroa. But it is a sacrifice fly here for Malone. And that's out number 2. But another run comes in, moving the runner over to third. And now 2 outs out here for the Lady Riders now. And Panthers have a runner over at third. Brandon, the pitcher, comes back up, reached on the base on ball, scored a run. Her first time at the plate. Stands in here with 2 outs. And that's going to go out into our right center field, and that is going to be off the. Oh, what a great play out there in the left field by our right center field there. Sorry, by Moore. She comes in, makes a diving catch out there in the field for the final out. That was a great play there by the right fielder, and that'll do it here for the Lady Panthers there. But a great play there out in right field. So that'll clean it off here. And we'll be back here as we get ready to go to the bottom of the first inning. Asabar, Berry, and Sigler on the way to the plate when we come back here on a NETSN.
Hey, Evadale fans, Shelbyville fans, if you want to plan your next getaway around quality East Texas hunting, then Wiggins Hunting Lodge is a place for you. Quality white-tailed deer hunting experience, or whatever your gathering needs, perfect for bridal or for corporate retreats. Want to get away? Come to Wiggins Hunting Lodge between Mount Enterprise and Timpson. At Wayne Christian Financial Services, Wayne and his daughter Liza Christian Furman understand that the financial pictures rarely stay the same, but a thorough understanding and knowledge helps you prepare for the downturns, gives you the strength to support them, gives you the knowledge to navigate your way through the system and turn that arrow back up again. The power's in your hands with Wayne Christian Financial Services.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here, and all our Pontywood broadcasts are being brought to you by the good folks of Sandy Creek Land Enhancement. So thank the good folks of Sandy Creek Land Enhancement for bringing us the ball game here this afternoon in the center. And it's time now for the Lady Riders to come to the plate, see if they can get some of those runs back. Asabar, Berry, and Sigler will be the first 3 up here, and they will be facing the pitcher Brandon. And that's where we're ready to go here. As Lady Riders trail at 7-0 here, bottom of the first inning. Here we go. As Escobar will step up here, center fielder. Ready to go, first pitch on the way here from Brandon. Now Brandon ready to go. Her battery mate is Robertson. And pitch now ready to come. Up high and tight. Ball one. So 102er. Barry will be on deck here. The Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So it's now 1-1. Taking on Coach Hargrove down the third baseline. Escobar will come back in. And Brandon bringing the heat. Got away from there, low. 2-1. Brandon will get back in the circle here. 2-1 count to her. Escobar will stand in here with ready to go. Get something started here for the Lady Riders, and the pitch coming in for her. Swing and a miss now, 2-2. 2-2 count. Bar in. And Brandon bringing it. Swing and miss for the strikeout, and out number 1 for Brandon. All right, one out. Here comes Barry, the second baseman for Lady Riders. Sigler, pitcher, will step into the Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. So Barry stands in, the lefty, ready to go against Brandon. One out, nobody on. Now Barry's in, ready to go. Try to lay down a bunt here, and that's going to be a strike swinging through. It's 0-1 to her. To Barry, stands right back in. Brandon bringing the heat. Trying to lay down another bunt there, swinging through. It's now 0-2. So the 0-2 counts. Up high, Barry stayed away from it there. Almost went, but stayed away from it. Ball 1. All right, the 1-2 on the way. Barry ready. Calls D-Rack 3 for the strikeout. That's out number 2. So 2 outs. Here comes Sigler to the plates. First baseman Bennett will step up to the Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. Brandon, 2 strikeouts here to start this bottom half of the first inning. As a pitcher standing in here with 2 outs, so she can get something started here to help her own cause for the Lady Riders. And the pitch on the way. Low inside, ball 1. And has a sign she likes, bringing it up high outside, trying to get her to chase, not going after it. It's now 2-0. Checking in with Coach Hargrove down the third base line. Ready now for the pitch from Brandon. Up high, staying away from it is Sigler. Good job. It's now 3-0. Foul ball off to the screen, getting a piece of it. Trying to bring the heater there. Just getting a piece of it, fouling it to the screen is Sigler. Now 3-1. Trying to stay alive here for Bennett, the first baseman. On deck, Brandon trying to get her team out of it, get those bats working again as they were able to put up 7 in the top half of the first. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 4. So a base runner here for Lady Riders. First base on balls. Here comes Bennett to the plate now. 2 outs. Runner now at first as the first baseman steps up. And Brandon checking the dugout, has a sign, and here comes the first pitch. Up high, ball 1 to Bennett. Bennett 1-0 coming. Low for now a 2-0 count. So 2 quick strikeouts here for Brandon. I got a base on balls and now falling behind the first baseman Bennett here. As Lady Riders trying to put together a little 2-out rally so you can get a couple runs here. You ain't got to get all 7 of them here, but if you can put up a couple, get Figueroa to the plate. She's on the on-deck circle. Foul it back to the screen, 2-1. Two and one. Back in now goes Bennett after the foul ball. 3-1. Lost that 3-1. Now Bennett ready to go. Ahead of the count. Trying to get on. Figueroa ready. Here's the 3-1. There's a little runner there out to second. That's going to be a walker. She'll come up with it and go 4-3. For the third out. The Lady Riders getting no hits. They leave 1 and no errors here by the Panthers. We'll go to the second inning. Walker, Baker, and Bowles come to the plate when we come back here on NETSN.
Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in a Center has the agents to take care of all your insurance needs. They remind you to update your policy after a life change, never put off the death policy conversation, and always have home insurance or renter's insurance. Whatever your insurance needs or questions are, or even if you need to make a payment, Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in Center.
On game night, Sandy Creek Land Enhancement's all about dragon backing. But the rest of the time, they take land that's a little out of hand and make it beautiful. Roads, driveways, ponds, whatever you want, they can do, and it's awesome. Like the Dragons. Sandy Creek Land Enhancement. Give them a call.
All right, folks, back here ready to go for the second inning, and the Lady Panthers up 7-0 here as we go to the second, and it will be Walker, Baker, and Bowles, the first 3 up here against Sigler. Everything reset up and ready to go. All right, so now we're setting ready here as Lady Riders have a little meeting here at the circle, and it'll be Walker coming to the plate. She reached on fielder's choice and scored a run, her first time at the plate. So the lefty, the second baseman, will stand in here ready to go. All righty, so Walker standing in here now. See if the Lady Riders can keep the Lady Panthers at bay here into this second inning. Get those bats working here into the bottom of the second, trying to cut into this 7-0 lead. Here's the first pitch. That's up high, ball 1 to Walker. One-0 to her. As Walker stands in, Baker in the Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. Walker with the 1-0 count. That's going to be run right down. It's going to be fouled off. Has some English on it down the third base line. And it'll be strike 1 for a 1-1 count. So Walker Walker after the foul ball comes back up. Sigler with a 1-1 count to her. Get that first out here, the first batter. Just outside, 2-1. So with a 2-1 count, Walker stands in ready to go. That's now a 3-1 count. So makes it 3-1 now as that one was low coming in. Baker on a deck. Walker right back in. Sigler looking to find her spot here, see if she can get another pitch. Maybe get Walker to ground one out. Get this first out here. That's a shot down the third base line. It's going to be in the foul ground for a 3-2 count. Full count now for Walker. Scoreboard's a little hard to see clear over there for the baseball as Bullard Panthers and the Center Rough Riders in here in their district opener there for some baseball here at Rough Rider Park. So here we go now with the full count. It's a shot right there at third, and it's going to get right past Miller and roll out into a left field. And coming up on to get it into second, but it's going to be over to second. Will go a Walker. Second error of the ball game here by the Lady Riders. Puts a runner over at second. Into scoring position. Now come to the plate will be Baker. 1-for-1 scoring run. So she stands in here. Pitch coming in. High foul ball behind everybody. 0-1. So 0-1 to her. Baker's standing in ready. Got a runner over at second. Here's the 0-1 from Sigler. That's a high fly ball out into left field, and it's hooking, and it's foul off the top of the fence. Long strike, and it's 0-2. So Baker, third baseman, giving it a ride for Lady Panthers, but hooked foul. Just missed going over there maybe about a foot or so down there in that corner. And here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Out number one, and the second strikeout here for Sigler. All right, so now first out, and coming to the plates will be Bowles. Was hit by a pitch her first time up. Has a runner in scoring position out there at second. That's Walker. And with one out, Sigler delivers up high outside. Ball one. Roberts will step to the Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. Winner to Bowles as she's back in. Runner in scoring position at second. That's low. Oh, Figueroa might have had a chance at the runner still in third, but just couldn't quite grab it. So it's a stolen base. First one here, and it's now 2-0 at the plates. With the runner now over at third. So Bowles right back in here with a 2-0 count to her. And Sigler to the plates. It's a shot that's going to get out into right field. And that's an RBI single for Bowles. Alrighty. So the RBI single there puts Bowles over at first base. Stepping to the plate now will be Roberts. Roberts had to double her first time. A quick throw down the first by Figueroa, trying to get it there with Bennett, but safe getting back in, and it is a 1-0 count here to Roberts at the plate. So Roberts goes back in here with a 1-0 count. Swanson, the DH on deck for the Lady Panthers. 1-0 on the way from Sigler. Foul back. It's now 1-1. So the 1-1 count. Roberts trying to move her off of first. Bowles over there on a single. The 6th hit of the ball game here for the Lady Panthers. Here's a pitch. That's up high outside. That's going to get away on the wild pitch. Going to send the runner over to second. And it's a 2-1 count. So the 2-1 now is Roberts now has a runner in scoring position. Swanson standing there at the ready, hoping that she get a chance with some base runners. Sigler 2-1 here to Roberts. Sigler delivers. Low 3-1. So it's a 3-1 count. Roberts, quick look down to Coach Murray down the third baseline. Steps right back in. Sigler has a sign from the dugout. Here's the 3-1. Inside, can't catch the corner, and it's ball 4. So now runners at first and second. Third base on ball is given up here by Sigler. So runners at first and second. Here comes Swanson to the plate. Struck out her first time up, the DH. So she'll come up here with the runners at first and second. 1 out in the top of the second inning. Swanson looking to get a drive, bring in another run here. That's in there for a strike call. See the field there from the first base side. Runners there at first and second for the Lady Panthers. Now back in goes Swanson. Sigler to the plates. Fly ball out into right field, and it's hooking, and it's going to be just foul by a few feet. So it's a long strike, 1-2. 0-2, sorry. And just enough spin on it to get to the right side of the line a few feet. Going to be a foul ball. It's now 0-2 with 1 out. Sigler ahead now of the hitter. She got her struck out first time up. See if she can do it again here now. Swanson swearing around to bunt. We'll see. He pulls it back. Files it back to the screen. It stays 0-2. So looking for that second out are the Lady Riders here. Just hoping to get one at the plate. Got Swanson swinging for the strikeout. Back in the first inning. See if they can get to DH once again. Here's the pitch. Fouling it back once again, staying 0-2. Heads up back here in the stands. All right, getting everybody reset once again after another foul ball here. Swanson pulls that bat back from the bunt inside, and it's now 1-2. Try to catch that inside corner, maybe just a little bit low there for the blue. Checking in on the field level there. High fly ball out into center field. Osbar headed that way, so it's the right fielder. Right fielder coming over, makes the play there. Moore going to throw it in. And going to be a nice job there running on the base pads as they tagging up. But it is a second out here. And a fly ball to a right field, and runners moving up to second and the third. And 2 outs now. Coming to the plate will be Walker, the right fielder, reached on a base on balls. We've got runner in scoring position here as they put up another run. Now making 8-0, and Sigler now facing Walker. Here in the top of the second. Just a little high. Ball 1. Robertson will step to the Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance on deck circle. Sigler 1-0 on the way. Up inside, 2-0. We want to try to get this out here at the plate. Definitely don't want to load it up for the catcher. Standing in the 9 spot, ready to come to the plate. 2-0 to Walker. Up high outside now, 3-0. So it'll be 3-0 to her. Here comes the pitch. Up high for ball 4, and that'll load them up. Fourth base on balls here by Lady Riders in their pitching. And coming to the plate here will be Robinson. She's 1 for 1, had a single. Got stranded at third at the end of the first inning. And coming up here now with runners all over the base paths here for the Panthers. They've gotten the 1 hit and have loaded them up here. Brought in 1 run so far. Sigler looking to work to Robertson. Get out of this inning without any damage against the Lady Runners. High outside, ball 1. So back into the plate here goes Robertson. And the 1-0. High fly ball out into left center field there. And Asbar going to get underneath it and make the play. Good job right there just in front of the warning track. So out to number 3. But a good job here by the Panthers once again to get 1 hit till they leave 3. 1 error by the Lady Riders. And that makes it now an 8-0 ball game. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Figueroa, Asabar, and Miller coming to the plate when we come back here on a NETSN.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
All right, folks, we're back here as we'll clear off the base runners there. That's I think we got everything else taken care of. We go to the bottom of the second inning as it's an 8-0 lead here for the Lady Riders. I'm sorry, for the Lady Panthers over the Lady Riders. Excuse me. Figueroa, Asabar, and Miller will be the first 3 up here, and facing Brandon. He was pitching very well here and had 2 strikeouts and a base on balls. Gave up the no hits. They have 1 inning of work. And now coming for the second, we'll face the catcher Figueroa. And we're set ready to go here. Lady Riders need base runners. And here comes the first pitch to her. Foul to the screen, 0-1. So the 0-1 count, Figueroa right back in. Figueroa, Asabar, and Miller. First 3 up here against Brandon. So he was able to get a base on balls there in that first to get a base runner, but not able to answer off the first. So Figueroa, see if she can get something started here in a second. Just missing outside, 1-1.
Spot.
So the 1-1 count. Right back in goes Figueroa. And Brandon has the sign she likes and ready to deliver the 1-1. Up high, 2-1. So the 2-1 count. That's Figueroa right back in. Brandon. Ooh, that's a nice pitch, but just on the inside. Now makes it a 3-1 count. And now Figueroa ahead of the count here. Checking in with Coach Hargrove down the third base line. And a 3-1 count to Figueroa. Right back in she goes, looking to make some contact here. Calls D-Rock 2. Nice pitch there from Brennan, bringing it right down the pipe. So it's a full count. Figueroa, nice job working the count full. And the 3-2. Found it to the screen, staying alive. Figueroa fighting them off. Figueroa back in here, full count after the foul ball. Get another shot at it, still no outs. Looking to get on here to start for the Lady Riders in the second. Call, strike three up inside, and call strike three. Third strikeout of the ball game here for Brandon. And that'll bring Asbar, the shortstop, to the plates. One out, nobody on. Miller will step to the Stanley Cox State Farm on deck circle. Asbar stands in. Just a bit outside. Ball one. All right, 1-0 to Asbar. And Brandon ready to bring that 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss now, 1-1. The defense there for Lady Panthers. Right back out 1-1 now. Asbar standing in. Call, Steve Reich too. Nice pitch there from Brandon. That was a nice pitch. 1-2. Pitch coming. Here's the 1-2. Staying away from it up high there. Now goes 2-2. Trying to get her to chase after that one, but a nice job there by Asbar to stay away from it. And run the count even at 2 apiece. All right, so now 2-2 is the count. 1 out. Brandon bringing it to Asbar. Swing and miss for the strikeout. That's out number 2. And the 4th strikeout. By Brandon. Here comes the third baseman Miller as the right fielder who made a great play there in first inning. Diving in. Moore will step to the Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. So Miller stands in, 2 outs, nobody on. And this is where the Lady Riders were able to make Brandon work a little bit there in that first inning, see if they can do that again. That's up high outside, ball 1. So Miller, 1-0. Bringing it low, 2-0. So 2 outs, and now ahead of the count here is Miller trying to get on for more. Crawford will be in the hole for the Lady Riders. And the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss now for Miller. It's 2-1. So the 2-1 count here to Miller. She's right back in here, ready to go. Brandon taking a long look at the pitch chart on the wrist. Here's the 2-1. It's now 2-2. That was a look up high there, but got the call. 2-2 is the count now to Miller, stepping right back in. Just hope to get that call on both sides. That's all I'm saying. 2-2. Swing and miss for the strikeout. That's a 1-2-3 strike him out inning here for Brandon. And that'll be it. There'll be no hits and nobody left and no errors here into the second for the Lady Panthers. We'll go to the third as it will be the top of the order. Malone, Brandon, and Walker coming to the plate when we come back here on the NETSN.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
All righty, folks, back here. We'll go to the top of the third inning. Oops, that's the wrong one there. There we go. Top of the third inning. Something like that. And here we go back to the top of the order. It'll be Malone starting off here. Malone is 1 for 1 with a single and a sacrifice fly. Her scoring a run, her 2 times at the plate today. Stepping up here against Sigler, ready to go here in the third. And an 8-0 lead here for the Lady Panthers. Looking to extend that here. The Lady Panthers have done very well here at the plate so far with 7 hits, 4 left on the base pads. Taking high for ball number 1. Start off here into the top of the third is Malone, shortstop. So the 1-0 to Malone, up high, 2-0. Malone, Brandon, the on deck, the Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. Walker in the hole here for Lady Panthers. That's in there for a strike. It's now 2-1. Good pitch there by Sigler. They got that call there. So Malone, ready to go. Sigler now ready for the pitch. Outside. I'll tell you, that's some English. Only got a little curve, but it's just a little bit outside now. It is a 3-1 count. So the 3-1 now on the way from Sigler. Here it comes. That's up high, ball 4. So a base runner here for the Lady Panthers. And that'll bring the pitcher to the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a base on ball, scoring a run. Fly ball out in the end of the first inning for Brandon. She'll come up here now with a runner over at first. And no outs. Sigler ready to go against her opponent here. Pitch on the way. Low, ball 1. So that 1-0 count. On the runners over there at first. Sigler checking the wrist here. Has the pitch that she wants. Now ready to bring it. Brandon squaring around the bunt. That's in there, and that's going to be a throw down to second. It's a stolen base here. Second stolen base of the afternoon by the Lady Panthers. So getting over to second. And it's now a 2-0 count at the plate. Right back in goes Brandon. She squared around the bunt right there to get the runner to move over, but come out of the bunt as the ball was low. And I tried to Figueroa coming out there. She had a low, that's a high fly ball out into center. Aspar will get underneath it there. Here comes the tag and the throw. And that's almost in time, just off the mark there, but hey, Brandon. Out number 1. Moving over to third is Malone. So with 1 out, over to third goes Malone. Coming to the plate will be Walker. Walker is 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice, scoring a couple runs here this afternoon. So she'll step up here. The runner in scoring position at third. Trying to add another run to their 8-0 lead. Sigler bringing it. That's going to be a runner, and it's going to get underneath Sigler's glove. Aspar going to come up with it, but oh, wow, getting down the line quick. I mean, Walker was down that line quick. Aspar didn't even have a chance to get it, and it's now going to be a 9-0 lead. That's an infield hit with 1 out. And I'll leave the runner over at first as the runner comes in. Now make it 9-0. And stepping into the plate now will be Baker. Baker is 1 for 2, single and a strikeout. Her 2 times at the plate today. That's in there for a strike. Figueroa going to throw down once again, and a good throw down there. And Walker going to steal the bag. That's the third stolen base here for Lady Panthers. It's a strike at the plate. Figueroa had a nice throw down there. She just had to come it off of her knees there, so it might have been a little bit low, so she didn't get all the power she needed behind her, but a nice try to get it down there. There's been a couple close plays down there, second by the catcher Figueroa, doing a good job. So Baker in with an 0-1 count to her with 1 out and a runner scoring position at second. And that's going to be in there for a low for ball. All righty, well, with the 1-1 count. That's going to be low now for a 2-1 count. So Baker with a 2-1 count here and only 1 out. And Sigler ready to bring that 2-1 pitch. It's going to be a runner there, and it's going to be Asabar going to come up on it, going to make that throw, and a nice job there by Asabar to go 6-3. Gets the runner over to third for the second out, so good job there by the defense for the Lady Riders. They get that out there, and the runner gets over to third. Actually, the runner will stay over there at third, so now we'll make it a 9-0 ball game. And coming to the plate here will be Bowles. Bowles is hit by a pitch and a single her 2 times at the plate today. So with a runner over at the third, Bowles steps to the plate here. This will be a little foul ball there at the plate, 0-1. So looking for that third out here are the Lady Rough Riders as Bowles 0-1 to her. Standing with the runner over at third. Able to keep her there onto the 63 put out for the second out a while ago. Here's the pitch. High fly ball out into center field. Asabar going back, and that is a 2-run dinger for Bowles. It's a 2-run home run, and that'll a 2-run home run here for Bowles. That's a 2-run dinger right there, so that'll clear him off. And with 2 outs, that'll now make it an 11-0 ball game. And Roberts will come to the plate. Oh, no, we're going to get a pinch hitter here. Looks like it may be Alexander. See who's going to get a pinch hitter coming in. That's now an 11-0 ball game here in the top of the third with 2 outs. And it's going to be number 16. That's going to be Alexander. Alexander's going to come in and be the pinch hitter. And she'll come in here. Base is empty. 2 outs. Alexander in for her first at bat. So the pinch hitter steps in here for Roberts, the left fielder. Standing on deck will be the DH Swanson. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. So Alexander right back in here, ready to go. The 0-1 to her. Fouling it back to the screen. It'll go 0-2. So nice job here by Sigler getting ahead. See if she can get this final strikeout. Get out of this inning. As the 0-2 on the way. Fly ball out into left field, and a good job there by the left fielder. Nice job there by Crawford, tracking it down towards the line and makes a play for the Lady Riders for the third out. And that'll do it here as they do get the 1 hit, make that to 2 hits. And they'll get a couple more runs here. No errors by the Lady Riders, and nobody left on the base pads. We will go to the bottom half of the third inning. It will be Moore, Crawford, and Aspar on the way to the plate when we come back here on a NETSN
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
All right, folks, we're back here, and hit that camera there. Back here, ready to go. I gotta do it a little bit. Okay, there we go. Back here for the bottom half of the third, it will be Moore, Crawford, and Osbar, the first 3 up here against Brandon, who's pitching very well. And we'll go to the bottom half. And looking to bunt there, and it's going to be called Steerock 1-2 or 0-1. So 0-1 to Moore. The right fielder made a great play out in right field there earlier in the game. Stepping in now with a 0-1 count, trying to get something started here for the Lady Riders. Here's the 0-1 to her. Swing and a miss now, 0-2. So the 0-2 count. More ready to go. Pitch coming. That's up high, staying away from that one, 1-2. Crawford on the Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance on deck circled, left fielder. It was a 1-2-3 inning by way of the strikeout for Brandon into the second, and Moore trying to get a hit here for the Lady Riders. On the inside, 2-2. Lady Riders have been held hitless so far. They do have a base runner and a base on balls. Sigler got that back in the first inning. And Moore stands in here now with a 2-2 count. Pitch coming. Ball 3, full count. Nice count full. Nice job here by Moore to work this count full. Stepping back to the plate. See if she can get it on here. Crawford coming to the plate next. So full count. And the pitch to Moore. Swing and a miss for the strike out. Nice at bat there for Moore, but a little short there on the 6th strikeout for Brandon. To the plate will be Crawford. Standing in here with 1 out, nobody on. It's like the guys are telling me that Center's up 2-0 in their district matchup over there against Crockett. So right now it looks like the Center Rough Riders soccer team looking very well in their first playoff round matchup. Swing and a miss here by Crawford for D-Rack 1. Top of the order will be Osbar on the way. She steps into the Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. So Crawford. Swing and a miss now, 0-2. Got a bug in the dirt that Robertson doesn't particularly like. Gonna kick her out of there. Robertson's like, get that bug out of here. All right, Crawford right back in. And here's the 0-2 from Brandon. As Crawford will take a step back out. The 0-2 now on the way. On the inside, 1-2. So Crawford back in 1-2 count to her. Brandon pitching very, very well. Has not allowed a base runner. Had one base on balls. That was back in the first. Trying for her fifth consecutive strikeout. Back to the screen. Stays 1-2. So after the foul ball, staying alive. Crawford checking with Coach Hargrove down the third base line. Now in, ready to go with a 1-2 once again from Brandon. Comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Fifth consecutive strikeout here. Let's see. Second out for Brandon in the inning. Top of the order will be Asa She's 0 for 1. Struck out her first time up to lead off for the Lady Riders back in the first. Stepping up here, 2 outs and nobody on. Asabar. Ready to go here. First pitch to her. A little 2-out rally for the Lady Riders. That's in there on the Steve Wright call 0-1. So the 0-1 count. Sabar with Barry in the on-deck circle. Sabar right back in, 0-1 to her. Swing and miss now, 0-2. So the 0-2 count. Sabar standing right back in. And the pitch on the way from Brandon, trying to get out of this inning. Here it is. Up high. Can't get her to chase after that one. It's now 1-2. Big thank you to Sandy Creek Land Enhancements, bringing us Piney Woods baseball and softball throughout the season here. So big thank you to Sandy Creek Land Enhancements, bringing us the ball game here tonight. Swing and miss for the strikeout and the third strikeout, and that'll do it here for the Lady Riders. So we'll go to an 11-0 ball game here as we head to the fourth inning. It is on the way. We'll be right back here for it here on NETSN.
So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name. And they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank.
Folks, we're back here. So we're ready to go to the fourth inning, and it's an 11-0 lead here for the Bullard Lady Panthers over the Center Lady Rough Riders. And coming to the plates will be Swanson, Walker, and Robertson, the first three up here against Sigler, as we go to the fourth inning and see if the Lady Riders can get themselves a 1-2-3 inning in and try to figure out a way to get some good base hits here, get some base runners, as Brandon has done a great job here. She's got 8 strikeouts and 1 base on balls. Only base runner for the Lady Riders. They've been held hitless so far. Oop, no errors. That's in there for ball number 1 to start off here to Swanson. I'm sorry, this is going to be Mercer. Mercer's going to come in here and hit in the DH spot. And that's going to be a pop fly there at the second, and a nice job there for Barry to come up and take care of that. So out number 1. So now it'll be Walker coming to the plate, and she's got 2 base on balls and scored a run her 2 times at the plate today. So with 1 out, she'll come to the plate here with nobody on. And Walker standing in, ready to go here. And Sigler on the way. Swing and a miss to Walker, 0-1. So the 0-1 count. Robertson will be the catcher. Will be in the on-deck circle here. Sadie Cox State Farm on-deck circle. 0-1 to Walker. She's right back in. Sigler ahead here. 1 out. That's her to foul that one away out to the right side. That's a long strike out far deep into the East Texas Piney Woods. It's 0-2. It is a beautiful scene here at Lady Rider softball field and Rider Stadium, right here deep in the Piney Woods. Got the trees around, and it's set right down inside of this. The park is just a beautiful atmosphere for these ballparks here. Here's 0-2, and that's going to be popped up here on the foul ground side and give it chase there. Third baseman, nice job there by Miller for the Lady Riders. Comes up with it in the foul ground, and that will be out number 2. So 2 outs, and it will be Robertson to the plate. She's 1 for 2 at the plate today. The Lady Panther catcher. So stepping up with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 4th. Robertson in, ready to go. Sigler with the pitch. Low, ball 1. As you see, Robertson come back to the plate here. 1-0, up high outside now, 2-0. Top of the order will be Malone standing in the on-deck circle. Trying to get a 1-2-3 here inning here for Sigler, as it's now 2-0 to Robertson, and that's going to be fouled off, heads up behind us. That'll get away, and it's 2-1. So count will go 2-1 after the foul ball. Robertson steps back in. Fresh ball there for Sigler. And the 2-1 tour. It's a piece of it here. That's over here in foul ground, and it's going to be out of play, and it'll go 2-2. Head out into the Rider stands for a foul ball. All righty. So get some foul balls back in here, and it's a 2-2 count. Robertson trying to keep the inning alive here for the Lady Panthers. And she's 1 for 2 at the plate today. Got a fly ball and a single. Got stranded at third, back in first. Fly ball out into the second to end of the second inning. Stands in here now, 2-2. 2 outs and nobody on. Sigler, long look over. Coach Hargrove sending the sign. Lady Riders. Now they have the sign in like, okay, here we go. Robertson in and ready. Here's the 2-2. Outside. Full count. Well, I'll tell you, she wanted to chase after that one. It was a nice looking pitch there from Sigler, but just outside. And it makes it a full count. Good discipline there by the catcher, Robertson, stepping right back in. Payoff pitch on the way here to in the fourth inning with a 2 outs. Fly ball, right field. And that's going to be Moore. And a nice job by Moore, making another good play out there in the right field. So it's a 1-2-3 inning here for the Lady Riders. They get no hits, nobody left, no errors. And we will go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. And it will be, let's do this. It'll be an 11-0 ball game. It will be Berry, Sigler, and Bennett come to the plate when we come back here on a NETSN.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
What do you know about Tammy Steptoe Realty, with the exception of the fact that she's the #1 realtor in the area? Take another look. Red, white, and black. Ever notice some other places are red, white, and black? Ever put that together? Tammy Steptoe Realty, so proud of the Shelbyville Dragons.
Back here, folks, going to the bottom half of the fourth inning, and the Lady Riders need some base runners. They've been 3 up, 3 down the last couple of innings here. They got a 3 up, 3 down there in the top half of the inning. See if they can put some base runners onto the base pads here and get some runs across here as the Lady Dragons or the Lady Rough Riders trail it 11-0 here to the Lady Panthers of Bullard. All right, so here we go. To the plate will be Barry, second baseman, Sigler, the pitcher, and Bennett, the first baseman, first 3 up. Barry's 0 for 1, struck out her first time up. And she'll step in here ready to go against Brandon in the bottom half of the fourth inning. That's right. So Barry standing in here ready to go. First pitch to Barry. Brandon now ready to go. And it's on the way. Spraying around the bunt. Doesn't go through it there, just low for ball 1 to call. Checking in, make sure you didn't go, and the blue down the first base line says no. I don't think she did either. She pulled back there, it was awful close, but no. So it'll be ball 1 to her. And Barry right back in. Brandon to the plate. Square around. That time she did go, and it's a 1-1. Barry looking to square around the bunt, see if she can get on here as the corners are squeezing in. Trying to prevent that bunt play. Barry got to get down the line. Sigler will be in the Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. Brandon with the 1-1 to Barry. Square around, that's going to be popped up there. Back to the pitcher for out number 1. So 1 out. Bringing to the plate is Sigler. Got that base on balls back in the first. The only base runner for the Lady Rough Riders. See if she can get back on here with 1 out. And get something started here for Bennett in the on-deck circle. So Sigler looking to help her own cause. Pitch on the way. Following it back. It's 0-1. Sigler 0-1. Bennett looking to get on. Hopefully Sigler can be on the base pads and Bennett gets on. Get some base knocks here for the Lady Rough Riders. 0-1 to Sigler. Here's the pitch from Brandon. Ooh, just low. Just misses there for a ball call 1-1. Sound like he almost went for it. Maybe it was a different sound there. 1-1 now for Sigler. So the 1-1 count. Brandon ready to bring it in. Pitch on the way. Fouling it back to the screen. Now it goes 1-2. So the 1-2 count. Sigler trying to get on for Bennett. Figueroa will be in the hole for the Lady Riders. They're just looking for some base runners. Only had 1 base runner so far through 3 1/3. And now 1 and 2 to Sigler. Outside now 2 and 2. Tried to set up out there. Did Robertson tried to get her to chase after one, but good discipline there by Sigler, staying away from it. Saw it was outside. Now runs the count even at 2 apiece. Coach Hargrove says, get in there and get something started. Put the bat on the ball. Here goes the 2-2. 3-2 now, full count. Just a bit high on that one. Robertson, no chance to get a hold of that one there. It was coming in hot. Full count. So here's the 3-2. And Brandon. Whoa, up high and tight. Ball 4. And a base runner here for Sigler on. The second base on balls given up by Brandon and has been to Sigler. Here comes Bennett to the plate, 0 for 1. Grounded out to second, her first time up. Now with a runner over at first. The Lady Riders with 1 out. Looking to put something together here. Just get some runs. Start picking it apart. So they trail it 11-0. So here's Bennett stepping in. Oh, Steve Rack one to her. So 0-1 here to Bennett. Figueroa will step to the Sandy Cox State Farm on deck circle. She's 0 for 1. Bennett 0 for 1, but a ground out her time at the plate back in the first inning. It's 0-1 to her. Brandon low 1-1 to count. Taking in on the base runner over at first. That is Sigler. You see Brandon getting ready there for the pitch in the circle. And it's 1-1 to her. Catching the outside edge, 1-2. Brandon looking to find that edge once again, see if she can get that out call at the plate. 8 strikeouts here, but got a fly ball out and a base on balls here into the fourth. And Bennett now ahead 1-2, or behind 1-2. And swing and a miss for these two. Rock out. There's the strikeout. That's what they needed. Did Brandon as Bennett goes down swinging. Out number 2. Another strikeout, number 9. For Brandon. Here comes Figueroa to the plate, 0 for 1. And she'll have a runner over at first. Trying to advance some runners here for the Lady Riders. All right, so now the first pitch here to Figueroa. Lady Rider catcher trying to advance. Run over there. Just getting away there for ball 1. That's a runner get over to second. Nice job there by Sigler. Getting herself into scoring position here for Lady Riders. And Figueroa, 1-0 count to her. Step back in with Asabar on deck. Figueroa can get on. 2 outs here. Brandon to the plate. Swing and a miss. Got her out behind that one. And it's now 1-1. Figueroa checking in with Coach Hargrove down the third baseline. Now stands back in. And a 1-1 to her. Brandon checks the wristband for the pitch. Now she's shaking that off. Coach Murray says we have to resend it. Now Asabar back in, or Figueroa back in. Asabar is on deck. 1-1 to Figueroa. Inside that's call. Steve Rack 2. So 1-2. And now it's a 1-2 count. Figueroa gonna drive one here. See if she can find some room there. That right. I mean, they're playing straight away in the field, so if she can get one to one of the gaps here, definitely get that runner off a second. That's up high, 2-2. Figueroa working hard here at the plate, trying to produce something here for her squad. They're looking for their first hit of the ball game. She's got a couple base on balls, and now have runner scoring position over there at second. And the 2-2, low full count. Figueroa working it hard here. Now worked it full. Ready for the payoff pitch now from Brandon. Figueroa in. Brandon with the pitch she likes. Pitch on the way. Payoff pitch coming. Low for ball 4. She might got hit on the foot there, so we're going to call it a hit by the pitch. So now runners at first and second. And here comes Asabar to the plate. She's 0 for 1. Struck out her first time up. Now runners at first and second here for Lady Riders with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. And a meeting at the center, in the circle I should say, for the Bullard Lady Panthers. Coming up next week, folks, we're going to head over to Joaquin. It will be Shelbyville and Joaquin softball here on Tuesday. And then next Friday, we're going to head on over to West Sabine and take care of the Tigers and the Groveton Indians over there. And that one next Friday. That's our schedule. And I know a couple of people have texted me about the Dragons. And we're going to be Dragons and Shelbyville Dragons and Garrison Bulldogs on the 2nd in Garrison. That's what we'll be for that. It'll be the Thursday before Good Friday. All right, so here we go. Escobar stands in here after the meeting. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Bringing the heat right there, Brandon. That was smoking coming down the pipe. Here comes 0-1 to Escobar. The 0-1 to her. Another one. She gets a piece of that one, sends it off to the right side. Watch out for my camera over there. Stay away from the camera. Okay. 0-2. It's all good. That camera could take it. So 0-2 on the foul ball. Nice job here by Sabars. Shortstop steps right back in here. Got runners at first and second. A little 2-out rally here for the Lady Riders, trying to put a run across, get a hit, get something going. Here comes the 0-2 up high, staying away from it. 1-2 now. Good job by the Lady Riders shortstop. All righty, so now 1-2. Sabar ready for the pitch. Brandon now has what she likes. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Sabar getting a piece of it. Fouling it away, stays 1-2. Ain't got a bad ball there. Too many times off the fence, so we'll get it out of play, and it'll go 1-2 here as Brandon will get a new ball. Robertson back behind the dish. Asabar went step back in here with a 1-2 count. And she got Figueroa over at first. Sigler over at second. And a 1-2. Asabar on the way. Ooh, that was a nice pitch. Just missing there. 2-2. Well, Asabar did good to stay away from that one. Just missing on the outside edge. Miller will be on the on-deck circle. If Asabar can get on. Try to load him up here, maybe bring in a run. 2-2 from Brandon coming up. Foul ball, catching it on the hands, tried to bring it in on the inside. Osbar turns around on it, gets a piece. Tell you what, you can take these mosquitoes and go somewhere, I tell you. Woo, crazy out here tonight. Alrighty, so 2-2 now to Asabar after the foul ball. Here's the pitch. Staying alive once again, fouling it away. Nice job here, keeping alive. Asabar looking to get on here for Miller in that on-deck circle. Advance those runners. Keep the inning going here in the bottom of the fourth. And Brennan trying to find any way she can to get this final strike and get her team out of this inning. Here is the 2-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout, and that'll do it here. But the Lady Riders do leave a couple, but no errors come in here for the Lady Panthers. And we get to no hits, but we'll go to the fifth inning. And coming up, it will be the top of the order. Malone, Brandon, and Walker, the first three up when we come back here on a NETSN. Alrighty, folks, back here to go to the top of the fifth inning. It is 11 runs on 9 hits, 4 left, and no errors for the Lady Panthers. It is no runs and no hits, and 3 left and 2 errors for the Lady Rough Riders here. As we go to the fifth inning, it'll be the top of the order. It will be Malone, Brandon, and Walker, the first 3 up here, going against Sigler. And Malone steps up here. She is 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly and a base on ball, scoring a couple runs today. So she'll stand up in here, ready to go. End of the fifth, and that's a high fly ball, and that is a bye-bye dinger. That is a no doubt solid home run right there from Malone. See ya. Wow. Stepped up there and turns the turn on it, and makes a big knock. 12-5. So, one pitch, one more run here. Here comes a Brandon to the plate. Brandon's going to come up here. She's 0 for 2 with a base on balls. Her 3 times up and has scored a run. So Brandon will come up here pitching very, very well. And we'll stand in here now. I get Sigler with nobody out. And nobody on. Brandon ready to go here against Sigler. Pitch on the way, low, ball 1. All righty. 1-0 the count to Brandon. She goes right back in there. Walker will be on deck for the Lady Panthers. 1-0 to Brandon. Sigler to the plate. Up high, 2-0. So the 2-0 count as the Lady Panther pitcher steps right back in and bringing it low for a 3-0 count. So Brandon ahead here, 3-0. Sigler can find a strike zone. That's up high for ball 4. So the 5th base on ball is given up here by My Lady Rough Rider pitching, and that'll put Brandon on. Here comes Walker to the plate. Walker steps up here. She is 1 for 2, reaching on the fielder's choice, scoring 3 runs, stealing a bag, as Walker will step up here to second baseman. And we may get a pinch hitter here. We'll see. It's Coach Murray having a chat here down the line. All right, so it's going to be number, what's that? I think that's number 4. Yeah, Ramirez going to come in here for Walker. So Ramirez will get a at-bat here. Yeah, she'll come in here with a runner over first and no outs. So Ramirez steps up here for the first time here and pinch hitting for Walker, the second baseman. Sigler, no outs, ready to go here. There's the throw down. Figueroa in it's low. It's going to get down. They called her out. She left too early, I believe. So they called her out going into the back. So umpire calls her out for leaving too early, I believe. So it's 1 out. And it's a 1-0 count here after the plates to Ramirez. Oh, there's no pitch. Okay, no pitch. All righty. So no pitch right there. And the first pitch now coming to Ramirez, a pinch hitter, as Brandon was going to be called out for leaving too early there at first. So 1 out. That's up high outside, ball 1. So Walker, or I should say Ramirez, a pinch hitter standing in here. Baker on deck for Lady Panthers. Here's the 1-0. 1-1 now, back to the screen. And it'll be a 1-1 count here with 1 out. Ramirez trying to get on here. Baker. Be ready to go next on the on-deck circle. As Ramirez, 1-1 to her. Sigler. We're ready to bring it in. Foul ball, 1-2. All right, so it stays a 1-2 count after the foul ball. Ramirez can climb back in here. Sigler back in the circle. Ramirez back in the box. Sigler checking the signs with Coach Hargrove. Over into the dugout. Now ready to go here with the 1-2 count to Ramirez. Oh, just missing there for ball 2. Two now the count to Ramirez. Baker won't be on deck. Here's Ramirez. Steps right back in here. The pinch hitter. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be a runner right there at the third to Miller. Miller going to come up throwing a nice job. Go 5-3 for out number 2. Good job there on the defense for the Lady Riders for out number 2. So coming in now is going to be Baker. Baker will come to the plate. She is 1 for 3 at the plate today, scoring a run, got a single, strikeout, and a ground out. Her 3 times at the plate today. Comes up here. 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the 5th inning. So the pitch to her. Hot shot there, and it's going to be a foul ball. On the left-hand side, 0-1. So 0-1 to her, Baker. Step right back into the box here. Bowles on the on-deck circle with 2 outs. If Baker can get on, that's slow roller for ball 1. So 1-0, 1-1 now the count. After the ball there, Baker back in. Sigler working the plate. That's a high fly ball out into left field, and the left fielder is going to get down and there to the fence. And a nice job of hitting here by Baker. She's going to turn the corner to me with a 2-out double for Baker. So with 2 outs, here comes Bowles to the plate. Bowles, 2-run home run, single, hit by a pitch. Scored a couple of runs. Oh, it's not going to be Bowles here. We're going to get a pinch runner out there. Looks like it's going to be Patrick. I believe that's who it is out there, the pinch runner for Baker out there at second. All right, so coming to the plate here will be Bowles. I'm sorry, this is going to be a pinch hitter as well. This is going to be Murray. Murray coming to the plate here for Bowles. Murray is the pinch hitter here. That's in there for a steal-ride called 0-1. So runner scoring position here for Murray, the pinch hitter. Coming in for the first time here. In the top of the 5th inning, 0-1 to her. Sigler looking to get out of here without any more damage. 1 run across, trying to leave that runner over at second. That's run down there. It's going to throw down there. Figueroa's going to throw it in. It's going to get into center field. Here comes the throw. Bounce the bar is going to be to Miller, but it's not going to get there in time. And over to third on the throw goes the pinch runner. So Murray is now down to an 0-2 at the plate. And now runner over at third for the Lady Panthers, trying to bring in another run as Murray 0-2. And Sigler to the plate. So a shot there. It's going to go off of the first baseman into right field. And it's going to bring the run home. And it's an RBI single. Nice try there by Bennett. It just went off the top of her glove. Unfortunate for her. And it's a single, and that brings in another run here. And it now will be a runner on first. And it will be a 13-0 ball game. And now the runner's going to get on down to second. They try to get her on there as she runs on down. It's getting there as the ball got away. And they're going to get her down to second base here. So she's in score position now with 2 outs. And coming to the plate is going to be Alexander. She'll come back up here and hit once again the pinch hitter. She got a fly ball out her first time up to end of the 3rd. So Alexander back in here now. End of the 5th with a runner over at second and 2 outs. And she'll be waiting on her first pitch here from Sigler. So Alexander, low, ball 1. Taking in on the field over there on the first base side, 0-1 the count. 1-0 the count, sorry. Sigler bringing it. Back to the screen. It's now 1-1. runner in scoring position over there as they've been able to put up a couple of runs here to make it a 13-0 lead here in the top of the fifth. And Alexander with a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Trying to bring in another there. Second base. That's Murray. That's going to be a runner there. Asbar from short. Oh, and it eats her up there. She's going towards second base, and everybody's going to be safe. Runners on the corners. Back-to-back hits here for the Lady Panthers, and that puts runners on the corners. All right, so here comes Mercer back to the plate here. Mercer, flex player, going to come in here with runners on the corners. And 2 outs. Mercer had a ground out her first time up. And ready to go. That's in there for a D-ride call. Take it second without the throw. And a strike 1 to her. So runners in scoring position in second and third here for the Lady Panthers. Mercer 0-1. And Sigler looking for that third out. They had a chance there, but just off of Bennett's glove there for that third out. One while going a hit to her. And catching the outside edge, it's 0-2. Just an unfortunate there, went off the glove. So it keeps the inning alive and brings in another run. All right, 0-2 now. Mercer. Taking that one 1 and 2 as that one's in low. 13 runs on 13 hits now for the Lady Panthers. As right back in with a 1-2 count goes Mercer. Pitch coming. That's low. 2-2 now the count. So 2-2. As Mercer steps back into the plate. Sigler to the plate. Oh, just missing on the outside edge, and it's a full count. All right, payout pitch now on the way here. Mercer back in, Sigler ready to go. And she's got the pitch, and here it comes. That's a shot right back up the middle. And 2 runs are going to score here. That's an RBI. Oh, that's a nice close play there, and a good job going into going over to second there by Mercer. She'll get the single, the RBI single. She'll get into a second on the throw in. That's a couple more runs coming in here for the Lady Panthers. And that'll leave the runner over at the second. Now take it to 15. So now come to the plate will be Walker. Do you believe so? Coach Murray's been getting some pinch hitters here, so let's see what we got to Walker. I do believe it is Walker coming to the plate. 0 for 1 with a couple base on balls, and the base is empty. Running over at second now with 2 outs. 4 runs in the inning on 5 hits, and that's low for ball 1. Can't really call an error there on the Lady Riders in this inning because just a couple things. That's a solid shot out into center field, and there's Asapar tracking it down to the right side, and it's a fly ball out to end of the inning for the third out. So 5 hits and 1 left, and no errors here for the Lady Rough Riders. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Miller, Moore, and Crawford will come to the plate when we come back here on NETSN.
Yes, ma'am.
Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in a Center has the agents to take care of all your insurance needs. They remind you to update your policy after a life change, never put off the death policy conversation, and always have home insurance or renter's insurance. Whatever your insurance needs or questions are, or even if you need to make a payment, Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in Center.
On game night, Sandy Creek Land Enhancement's all about dragon backing. But the rest of the time, they take land that's a little out of hand and make it beautiful. Roads, driveways, ponds, whatever you want, they can do, and it's awesome. Like the Dragons. Sandy Creek Land Enhancement. Give them a call.
All right, folks, back here, and a big thank you to Sandy Creek Land Enhancements as they bring us Piney Woods baseball and softball here throughout the season here on NetSN. Hope everyone's having an awesome and blessed day. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. We're going to the bottom of the fifth here. Lady Riders pretty much down to the last three outs here, I do believe, as it'll be Miller, Moore, and Crawford. The first three up here against Brandon, who's pitched a gem here, as it is a 15-0 lead here as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Miller steps up. She's 0 for 1. And Brandon with 9 strikeouts into the ball game. 11 strikeouts in the ball game. Didn't get those last 2 in there. So Brandon now will step up here against Miller, who's 0 for 1. On the way. Steve Wright call. Moore on the Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance on deck circle. Crawford in the hole. 4 Lady Riders here, first 3. Miller 0-1, trying to get something started. Pitch on the way. Call Steve Rack 2. All right, 0-2 to her. Miller right back in. And Brandon with the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for the Steve Rack out. That's out number 1. That's number 12 on the afternoon by Brandon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11 is what I got. 11. Okay, now we're right. I knew I had to write in there. So here comes Moore to the plate. Looking to get something started here with 1 out. Swing and a miss there for Steve Rack 1-2. 0-1, Crawford on the on-deck circle. And the 0-1-2, Moore with 1 out. Brandon checking up Coach Murray into the dugout. Now ready to go with the 0-1 pitch. Inside edge, can't catch it. 1-1. Good job there by Moore to stay away from that one. And makes it a 1-1 count. Checking in Coach Hargrove down the third base line. Settles back in here, ready to go. 1-1 to Moore with Crawford on deck. Outside, 2-1. Two-one counts. Moore right back in here with 1 out. Nobody on, looking to get something started for the Lady Riders. Need base runners right now. Here's the pitch from Brandon. Low. It's now 3-1. So the 3-1 count to her. And Moore is trying to make some contact, get on the base pads here for Crawford in the on-deck circle. Moore ready to go. 3-1 from Brandon. Call Steve Rack 2. Full counts. Three-two to her. Moore looking to make, Moore looking to make some contact. Brandon looking to get this out. Here's the 3-2. Call Steve Rack 3. Rung her up. That's strikeout number 12. So coming to the plate will be Crawford. 0 for 1 at the plate today. 2 outs, nobody on. Crawford standing in here. Gonna make some contact. Brandon to the plate. Missing on the outside edge. Ball 1. Trying to get Crawford to go after that one. She's not chasing. Good eye there by Crawford. Top of the order will be Sabar on deck. As Crawford stands in with a 1-0 count. Low 2-0. Got the base on balls after 2 outs in that first. Base on balls after the first out there into the 4th. So Now ahead in the count, Crawford. See if she can keep going here, maybe get a walk herself. Swing and a miss. It's now 2-1 on the rise ball. Crawford trying to get on here for Asabar, standing in the on-deck circle. Here's the 2-1 now from Brandon to Crawford. Swing and a miss. Now it's 2-2. So 2-2 now the count. Trying to get another 1-2-3 strikeout inning here for Brandon. She's had a couple of those in this ball game. And looking for strikeout number 13 outside. Runs the count full. Now ready for the payoff pitch. 2 outs. Nobody on. And it's a full count. All right, Brandon in the circle, now ready on the rubber. Crawford in the box. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss for these strikeouts. And that's is going to do it here for the ball game. That's going to wrap it up, as it will be a 15-0 win here for the Lady Panthers over the Lady Rough Riders here at Rough Rider Park. So we're going to take a break here, folks, and we'll come right back here, and we'll come back and we'll wrap this up. Here's Aurora Concepts post-game show on the way here on NETSN.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
Already back here to wrap this up on Aurora Concepts post-game show. Big win here for the Lady Panthers of Bullard as they continue their dominance here in the league in this district so far. And a big game here by all their hitters. I tell you, that was a good game. They got 15 runs on 14 hits. They left 5. They didn't have any errors in the ball game. And it's a no-hitter here for Brandon. She's going to be my player of the game. She had 12 strikeouts. She gave up no hits and only 3 on the base pads. On a couple of those were base on balls there. And that was about the hit by a pitch. And a couple errors here by the Lady Riders is how this come out here to make it a 15-0 win. So Brandon is going to be my player of the game here for the Lady Panthers, and I'm going to give the player of the game for the Lady Rough Riders to Moore. She made some great plays out there in right field. I thought she did a really good job out there. But good job here for the Lady Panthers. They got a big win over the Lady Rough Riders of Center here this evening. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up here for us. We'll continue more softball and baseball action coming to you next Tuesday here for Piney Woods. Baseball, softball action is going to come to you from Shelbyville, as it'll be Joaquin and Shelbyville. Should be a good one there in Class 2A in Piney Woods softball and baseball. Thanks for joining us here tonight, folks. It's a big win here for the Panthers. Lady Riders dropped this one here at Lady Rider Park, and let's go check in on the soccer squad over there for Center. They were up 2-0 last I heard going into that second half, so we'll see how they're going. So congratulations here to Lady Panthers of Bullard. They get the big win, and the Lady Riders are going to see if they can bounce back here as their next game will come up on Tuesday. That's going to do it for us, folks. Thanks for having us wherever you are. Hope you have an awesome, blessed, and wonderful night. We're out of here. Bye.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Pineywood Sports Network, an affiliate of NETSN. God bless America, God bless our troops, and God bless each and every one of you.